over again. And the only reason that I took longer was because I saw that deal on 2 liters that you got going on, so I got a couple of those. Dropped one, fizzed all over, cleaned it up myself. Some guy came up, threw a mop at me and said, "Clean it up." I said, "Clean it up?" I said this, and I'm sorry, but this is what I said. I said, "You clean it up, mop face." That's what I said to him, and it was pure anger, and I'm sorry that I said it, but he threw the mop at me expecting me to mop it up. So that's what I said to him. I said, "You clean it up, mop face." And he just walked away, cleaned it up. I started, you know, helping out a little bit. I was stocking stuff on shelves. I was sweating like a pig. I was helping other guys stock stuff, the heavier stuff. Meanwhile, the guy who I was just talking to started throwing things at me. Cupcakes, Twinkies, I don't know what else. The guy who I was just talking to on the phone was saying how, "Oh, well, why don't you just come in and see if there's birthday candles now?" Well, did it ever occur to him that maybe I don't have a vehicle? I mean, it takes me long enough to get dressed in the morning when you don't have any arms, let alone drive a car. It's not going to happen, okay? And I just don't know what to do. I'm distraught. I'm worried about my family. I didn't even get time to get cat food.
Well, I guess I apologize if you didn't receive the customer service that we expect from our associates. I can't address it unless I know who. I don't know if you have any names that you can give me or a time frame so I can kind of pinpoint maybe where or when this was.
Yeah, and I could give you a time frame. It was right about 3:17 this afternoon until 5:25.
Okay.
It was the exact timing, and I'm in there every day around that time. It's usually not an issue, but when I come in and the first thing that I get, instead of welcoming, "Hey, welcome to Walmart," was, the middle finger. I don't appreciate that. And that's not something that, yeah, and that's not something that I'm used to having happen to me at Walmart, is the middle finger. I'm a Christian. I don't swear, let alone call people a mop face, and someone there made me get that angry to do that. So
this gesture was given to you when you walked in, or was it in a...
Well, it wasn't a gesture, it was the middle finger. The middle one. So I said, whatever. I went and got some bread, and I got some corn dogs, and I got some orange juice, and I was okay with everything. All right, and everything was all right. And I was completely content with what was happening. In my whole entire life, I had never been that content. So I just want to thank you for that, because I had the best service that I've ever had at Walmart that day. And I just want to commend you.
Okay. I guess I want to be able to address some of the other issues, but the only thing I can do right now is apologize if there were people that weren't customer service friendly.
Yeah, and I mean, this kind of stuff doesn't happen a lot to me, and I was shocked. Am I gonna come into Walmart in Buffalo again? Yes. Will I most likely be covered in a bulletproof vest and a helmet on? Yes. And that's just for my safety. Getting a Twinkie thrown at me isn't something necessarily that I feel is a safe environment. But being that Walmart in Buffalo is the closest place, yeah, I'm probably gonna be there again. Am I going to be using extreme caution and wearing camouflage and camouflage paint? Most likely. will I ever not come into Walmart Buffalo with plenty of extra padding in case I slip and fall on a wet sign? What word am I looking for?
The caution? The
Yeah,
thingies?
a caution sign.
Yeah.
Yes, I might wear that extra stuff. Am I gonna come in and help out? Yeah, I ran the cash register for a couple hours today. I let a guy take an extra break. I'm a nice guy. I'm gonna help you guys out because you guys put food on my table. But when I go by the watermelon section and I see a man with another man making out right by the watermelons, when my kid, who I'm a Christian and I don't believe in homosexuality, whatever they want to do on their free time is fine, but when I see two guys making out by watermelons, I'm a little bit freaked out. I get creeped out by that. It's just eerie.
Well, I'm glad that you're going to give us another chance. I guess I'm a little confused because I don't know how you could have helped us out by cashiering. You know, and I apologize again if you didn't receive the customer service that we expected from our associates. Next time, if you have any issues, I recommend that you get a hold of Africa Remember Management right away so that we can address those associates right away. Because right now, I don't know who exactly you were being. I don't know who was doing these things to you. So I'd love to address them and make sure that it doesn't happen again. So I guess at this point, unless there's anything else, I don't know what else to.
Well, all I do know
apologize,
is the guy who I just talked to was a very fine gentleman. He helped me out a lot. He listened to me. He was patient and caring. And if anything, I would recommend a raise to him. Okay, he did really nice. Employee of the month should definitely come up. He answered all my questions. He was very patient. I had a long story to tell him, and he helped me out a lot.
Okay, good.
So he did good. The other guy who spit in my face, I wasn't very appreciative of him. Or the one who I went by and he straight up kicked me in the neck. Okay, but whoever I just talked to, give him a raise.